why don't you just let your parents feed you?
I don't know where they are.
Okay, hey, so welcome to my kitchen. Normally we're over there in my garage, but today I'm going to tell you a story about Mama's Finest. I'm going to show you a great meal, easy to prepare, that your kids are going to love. So, 3 key ingredients. Kraft macaroni and cheese. You can go get the generic stuff, but let's be honest, Kraft is the best. With that, you're going to need milk and butter. Milk and butter. Sweet peas, maybe field peas, and tuna fish. So this dish I'm going to be making today is called macaroni peas and awesome. And if you got kids and you have a hard time getting them to eat or whatever, and you don't have something fancy, you don't have frozen pizzas that kids are going to love, or chicken nuggets that they're going to love, make them some macaroni peas and awesome. Now, granted, all it is tuna, macaroni, and peas, but you call it macaroni peas and awesome, and you make it the way I'm going to make it, they're going to love it. So along with this stuff, you're also going to need some shredded cheese, doesn't really matter what kind, and the milk and butter for the macaroni. And as I'm making it, Justin Wilson style, I'm going to tell you a story about the first time Mama made her finest recipe for me, and I'm going to tell you about, before that, I'm going to tell you the time I made it for somebody else for the first time. So let's go. Let's get cooking. All right, let's see, how do we make this again? First step is we gotta boil some water. It says six cups, so this is 6 cups. Turn the burner on. You need a little salt in there. Bloop, salt. That's actually potassium, but whatever. There we go. How about that? So next step is the hard part. So we gotta open this. So yeah. There we go. The story about the macaroni peas and awesome and Mama's Finest, not the same thing. So about 20 years ago, I lived in a house in a rather questionable neighborhood, and my next door neighbors quite literally were coke addicts, husband and wife, and they had a little boy. He's like 6-7 years old. His name was Joe, and since Joe's being raised by wolves, I wasn't real fond of him because he's a little hoodlum, His mom and dad were doing their thing, and he just left to do his thing, and it was a nightmare. I mean, I didn't get along with Joe. I didn't really like him. He'd ride his bike through my flower bed, throw rocks at my dog, chase my dog. He threw rocks in my koi pond. I had a little koi pond. He's throwing rocks in it. He set my yard on fire. He set a tree on fire. Broke into my tool shed, stole some tools. He spray painted my house, So anyway, one night, 9:30 at night on a school night in the dead of winter, Joe rings my doorbell, wearing t-shirt and shorts. We have this little conversation.
Well, good evening, neighbor. What can I do for you?
Well, can I have some food?
Well, why don't you just let your parents feed you?
I don't know where they are.
Well, are they not home?
No, they're not home.
Okay, where'd they go?
I don't know. They weren't here when I got home from school.
Wait, it's 9:30. Your parents haven't been home since you got off the bus at 3?
No, sir.
Okay, so go in the house and give yourself some cereal or something.
The door's locked.
Wait, so you've been locked out of your house and in your yard for like 6 hours?
Yes, sir.
Well, all right. Come on in. I'll get you something. Come on in.
So, of course, I invite Joe in. What else can I do? This is Mama's Finest. This is what she taught me to do years ago. I invite Joe in. Set him down in front of my video game system. I'm as nice as I can be to him now. Like in a bad way. He may be an annoying kid, but come on now, he's a little kid. I invite him in, put a blanket around him, put him in front of my video game system. I just love on him. I'm sweet to him, and I make him. I couldn't cook like Mama, but I made him macaroni peas and awesome. Loved on as best I could. Took care of him that night. And Department of Family and Children's Services had to come get him eventually. But I was ready to do that, I think, in part because 20 years prior to that, when I was 14 or so, I lived in an apartment complex. And I, like Joe, was being raised by wolves. Not cokehead, but wolves. And one of the neighborhood kids, her name's Beverly. That's her here, knocked out. Dear friend of mine to this day. Beverly says to me, hey, come to my house and eat dinner, because Beverly, I guess, had figured out I'm locked out of the house and my mom ain't gonna feed me, so come to our house and eat. And this is something Beverly's just learned from her mama. As long as she can remember, this is what goes on at the Usry house. So she invites me in for dinner, and I walk through the front door. I'll never forget this. This is a true story. I walk through the front door of their apartment, and there in the living room is a live unicorn. A real thing, a live unicorn. Scares me to death. Now you're thinking unicorn? This guy's an idiot. There's no real life. This was a real live unicorn. Scared me to death. And then you're also thinking, why would you be scared of a unicorn? They're harmless. Look, I'd never seen one in real life. I'd seen them on TV. I know they're supposed to be nice. I'd seen them in movies. I know they're supposed to be friendly. That thing has a horn. That thing can run me through with it. I'm scared to death. Now, the unicorn was her father. I'd never seen that in real life. I'd seen it on TV, never seen it in real life. And their father's married to the mother, not the stepmother, not the stepfather. It's all the thing, or the real thing. I'm a little nervous the whole time I'm there. But they have dinner. They set me down in front of dinner with them. Their dinner was ready. It's this huge meal. I think it was fried chicken, if I remember right. Fried chicken, cornbread, greens, all the fixings, as we say in the South. All the fixings. It was like a Thanksgiving meal at my house, and these people are having it every night. My mom, we might eat Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and Easter. That's when we had family meals. The rest of the time, we're just kind of on our own. And they're sitting down. We sit down at the table. The unicorn, Mr. Usry Lyle, he says grace. Great man, loving to this day. And Mama's prepared this gigantic meal. She didn't make macaroni, peas, and awesome. She made something fantastic. But that meal wasn't Mama's finest. Mama's finest was taking somebody in who needed love and needed a little care, and just taking care of them. She wasn't rich, but she took what she had, and Beverly took what she had, and Lyle took what he had, and Maggie, their little sister, took what they had, and they took care of other people. And to this day, that's where I spend my Christmases and my Thanksgivings and all the big holidays. That's my family now. And I took that lesson 20 years later, and like I said, I couldn't make this gigantic feast like Mama for Joe, but I could make some macaroni, peas, and awesome, and he loved it. But that wasn't Mama's finest. Mama's finest was showing that little boy love. You know, we're taught, you see somebody hungry, you see somebody thirsty, feed, give something to drink, take care of them, and share the love you have. You don't have to be rich to do this. You know, you can't leave all the big charity to wealthy millionaires. There you are right now watching this video with the capability, with the resources at your hands to help others and to love others. Hope you can be like Mama. Hope I can be like Mama. And I love you guys for sticking through this. I know this isn't my normal format, making food, but hope you enjoyed it. And hope you find some way to make some macaroni, peas, and awesome for somebody along the way. Love yous. Bye.